How can America regain its status as the military powerhouse of the world? Congressman Mike Gallagher is a former Marine counterintelligence officer. He joins us now. Mike, I'm going heavy with the Wisconsin guests early on. Good to have you here. I know that you had a recent report that delved into the readiness capacity of the Navy and other aspects of this that really should concern, I think, every American. Tell us a little bit about what you found.
Well, the report, which interviewed over 70 individuals, both active duty and recently retired, concluded that there's a strong sense in the Navy that we've lost our focus on warfighting. We've lost our focus on warfighting due to the increased costs of maintenance, but really a disinvestment in training for basic seamanship at a time when we're layering on more administrative requirements, and therefore we've lost that warfighting focus. And I think you add on to that a lot of this woke nonsense that's infecting our military right now. We need warriors, Ben. We need warriors, not wokesters. And we have increasingly woke general officers and flag officers because the Biden administration is sending the signal that America is systemically racist and white supremacy is endemic to all of our institutions, including the military, which is absolute nonsense. I was deployed in diverse units. Nobody cared about the color of anyone's skin. All that mattered was whether you could do the job. Can you fire your weapon accurately? Can you operate the radio? How many pull-ups can you do? These are the things Marines concern themselves with, not with implicit bias. We optimize our military not for diversity or equity, but for lethality, for the basic ability to close with and destroy the enemy, and we've lost sight of that. And we're doing a huge favor to the Chinese Communist Party in the process.
Have we ceded control of the sea, Mr. Nimbus style, to China in a way that they will be able to dominate going forward for the foreseeable future? Is this something that we're really climbing out of a hole in order to be able to compete with them?
Well, I'm sure your audience got the Rick and Morty reference there, Ben, but we have ceded control. We've been arguing about creating a 355-ship Navy for the last few years, but China went out and did it. And more to the point, you referenced the war games that we keep losing. The only change has been that we're losing at a faster rate in these war games. So there is no coherent plan for the defense of Taiwan, and that really is the most stressing scenario that we need to plan around. How do we deter the PLA from invading Taiwan by denial? And we don't have that plan right now, and we're not investing accordingly. I think we can do it, but it's going to require us to act with a sense of urgency. And above all, it's going to require us to abandon this narrative that suggests that America is an evil, racist hellscape, because the Chinese Communist Party co-opts that narrative and uses it against us. It weaponizes the rhetoric of the far left to divide us.
Congressman, is this a situation where we have allowed our general class to essentially become these aging politicians who deploy wokeness in a way that allows them to keep their positions without requiring them to do the hard work of preparing our military?
Well, I think the risk is if the President, the Secretary of Defense, and all the service chiefs are basically sending the signal that we are going to prioritize the DEI agenda, the diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda, there's naturally going to be a tendency among those seeking to get into the general officer, flag officer ranks to respond to that political demand signal. And we don't want to promote politicians. We want to promote warfighters. And we have to go back to the basics of seamanship and warfighting. Otherwise, we are going to continue to do more damage to our own Navy than the Chinese Navy could ever dream of doing.
Congressman, thank you so much for taking the time to join me tonight.
Thank you, Ben.